Hey there, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I'm Rebecca from UCLA's Art Science Undergraduate Society, and today I'll be giving you a brief introduction to the Zentangle method and guiding you through a relaxing, fun art project. Let's get started. All you need to draw is a pen or a pencil. You might notice that I have multiple pens in this video, but this isn't required at all. This is just in case I want to add any little details to my drawing. I recommend cutting out a small piece of paper to work with. In this video, I used a 3 by 3 inch square of paper. You can also use markers and colored pencils if you want to add a dash of color. Now, let's get into what Zentangles are. According to the official website Zentangle.com, the Zentangle method is an easy-to-learn, relaxing, and fun way to create beautiful images by drawing structured patterns called tangles. You create tangles with combinations of dots, lines, simple curves, S-curves, and orbs. Zentangles are great because they encourage mindfulness. One of the major rules of Zentangle drawing is that, no matter what, you don't go back to erase mistakes. Instead, any little errors you make in the drawing process are incorporated into your final work. You can think of them as happy accidents. Zentangles are a form of meditative drawing. They've been shown to reduce stress in numerous scientific studies. They also help with phobias, addictions, pain management, conflict resolution, and workplace burnout. While they might look complicated at first, don't worry. We'll guide you through the basics today. Full disclosure, the piece I'll be creating today isn't a traditional Zentangle since I simplified the materials and drawing process to accommodate for our undoubtedly busy schedules. If you're interested in digging deeper into this topic, I recommend visiting Zentangle.com to find certified teachers and art supplies. I also sped up my video so you don't have to watch half an hour of me drawing. I don't recommend drawing along unless you're super fast. Instead, watch my technique and get inspired to start a drawing of your own. Finally, if you're looking for inspiration, there are tons of patterns online that can get your creative juices flowing. Feel free to start with one of these and then let your tangle guide you along. I'll be drawing some of my favorite patterns in this video, but if something else catches your eye, I encourage you to give it a try. This video is meant to inspire, not to constrict your creative freedom. I started off by drawing a square border in pencil. If you want to get more adventurous, feel free to start with a different shape. Now I start by drawing a strain. The strain is a line that separates my tile into different sections. It can be curved or straight. The first pattern I drew is similar to the paradox. It uses lines to create a cool 3D illusion. These scales start simple, but they become more complicated as I add details to them. The interesting thing about Zentangles is that you can keep building on existing patterns and making them more detailed and intricate. This creates a beautiful layered effect. Now things are starting to shape up. As you work on your tangle, appreciate its simple beauty as it's being created. The cool thing about Zentangles is that there isn't an end goal in mind, which makes it easier to let go of worries about the past and the future so you can focus on the present moment. When making curved or swirling patterns, don't worry about them being perfect or uniform. The imperfections are what make them unique. This is one of my favorite patterns. I start by drawing a grid with lots of small squares. I then divide them into 2 parts each using diagonal lines. In one part, I draw vertical lines, and in the other, horizontal. I decided to use this pattern in 2 spots to unify my piece a little. Feel free to repeat patterns if you especially enjoy them. After all, this is all about having fun and de-stressing through art. This pattern's pretty similar. Notice how I alternate between diagonal lines that point up or down. This creates a really interesting texture. It's time to take a break from grids and straight lines. I draw a few flowing structures that resemble the petals of a rose. Then, after drawing them all out, I shade in the background. This creates a beautiful contrast. It looks like my tangle's almost done. When you reach this stage, take a moment to appreciate how far you've come. Every step in your creative process is unique and important, even if it doesn't feel like it while you're drawing. My last few patterns are a little easier. It's nice to alternate between complex and simple designs. And there you have it. The finished Zentangle looks a lot better than the empty square we started with, doesn't it? You can also rotate your Zentangle around. It has no real direction and looks great at all angles. Now that you know the basics of Zentangle creation, you can really make your designs your own. For example, this is one I made a few weeks ago, which is now part of our club logo. I used my markers to make this heart, which is my first attempt at a full-color Zentangle design. My favorite Zentangle-inspired work I made is this unicorn. Magical, right? That's it for our workshop. Make sure to come to our live event if you want to draw along with me and the rest of the Art Science Undergraduate Society. If you want to stay in the loop, check out our link tree and follow us on social media. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.